Good evening, everybody. Super Jackster1 here. I'm finally back now. Sorry it's been forever since I last made a video. In case you're wondering, no, it wasn't to get the views for the Max Revenge teaser trailer up. Because the views on that video actually did extremely well, actually. It's already 1,000 views. Way better than I expected, so thank you all for that. Anyway, now it's time for a... I apologize for not doing also other videos because we're still filming Max Revenge. Unfortunately, we're very behind schedule on filming, but production is still moving along smoothly. So hopefully, I'm hoping to get it filming done by the end of October, early November, to get it out for its December release. Anyway, I've also been busy with work and also with school because I'm now back at school. I'm in my 3rd year of college. And like I said the previous 2 years, over the last 2 years, we all have a life outside of YouTube. Anyway, now it's time for a Blu-ray. And if you're wondering why the camera, why the quality or why the camera seems more zoomed out, for some reason I'm having trouble. This is the 3rd take I've done of this video, actually. My phone is very low on storage. I've been trying to clear up as much storage, but for some reason it won't, it keeps stopping every time I film the video. So now I'm filming on my Canon camera, so that's why it's a little more zoomed out and stuff like that. So I apologize if things seem a little off in this video. But anyway, I got a total of 9 Blu-rays. I got these all over the course of August and September. So without further ado, let's get started. We're going to show these all in order of when they came out. This first one I got last Thursday at Best Buy in Warwick, Rhode Island. I was surprised to find this. This is the Blu-ray of Remember the Titans. And as for those who've been subscribed to me for years or have seen every YouTube video I've made, you know, I do have this film on DVD. I have the original 2000 widescreen edition DVD. I've had that since August 2014. And, but, you know, I felt like getting on Blu-ray. I was surprised to find this. I was at Best Buy last Thursday buying another Blu-ray, which you'll see that other Blu-ray later in the update, and I decided, I was still looking around, and on the shelf, they were selling this Blu-ray, and they were selling it for like $4, so I'm like, you know what, hey, why not? Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe, yeah, this Blu-ray is from 2007, or I think this is a reissue from 2011, because it's a Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. Yeah. This used to be my favorite live-action Disney film, but now that crown goes to The Finest Hours. But my mom loves this movie. This is my mom's favorite film. Well, this isn't just my mom's favorite Disney live-action film. This is her favorite film of all time. So that's really cool. Yeah, she really loves this film. Anyways, as you can see, here we got the spine and the back. 2 thumbs up, a say by Eper and Ropier. So you just got featured backstage, feature commentary with director Boz Yakin, producer the great Jerry Bruckheimer, and writer Gregory Allen Howard. Feature commentary with real life, coaches. Denzel becomes Boone, beating the odds, deleted scenes, movie showcase, and seamless menus. Oh yeah. Yep. And yeah, this is based on the true story of the Titans football team that played back in either 1971 or 1972. I'm gonna open this up. Here we're at the Disney Movie Insiders, and oddly enough, the Blu-ray disc has artwork, which you could see Coach Herman, played by Denzel Washington, and of course, one of the shadows of one of the football players. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised this reissue didn't just have it on the blank blue disc and everything, but it's nice that it still has artwork. And here's the DVD disc, which is a gray disc. This is the original 2000 DVD. You could tell because the THX logo is there, and the old Disney DVD logo is there. But yeah, Remember the Titans, great, great, great film. All right, now this next Blu-ray, this I got I got this back on August 18th at Target in Warwick, Rhode Island. This is the Blu-ray of The Black Phone. Oh yeah, from Blumhouse and the director of The Sinister and Doctor Strange. Because yep, this film was directed by none other than Scott Derrickson. We all know he left Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness to end up making this film, because as we all know that Scott Derrickson, director of was originally supposed to return to direct Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but we all know in January 2020 he left the film due to creative differences, but he stayed on as an executive producer, and as we all know, Sam Raimi took over as the new director, and And then apparently he wasn't that disappointed by leaving because then it allowed him to make this film. Because apparently him and his collaborator, C. Robert Cargill, they apparently wrote this movie a few years ago and been wanting to make this film for a couple of years now. So when he stepped down from Doctor Strange, it allowed him to go ahead and make this film. I can't really tell if I can consider this either a 2021 film or a 2022 film, because this film is actually a year old already, but most audiences didn't see it till about 3 months ago, because the film itself premiered at the Fantastic Fest Film Festival back on September 25th, 2021, but it wasn't released to theaters worldwide until June 22nd, 2022, so on Letterboxd, I have this, a film ranking list. I have this in the list of the ranking the 2022 films, but should I put it in the 2021 films? Please let me know in the comments what year you consider this film to be. But I saw this in theaters at the Showcase Cinemas movie theater in Warwick back on June 24th, the Sunday after it came out, and yeah, I really enjoyed this film. It's a very unique and original idea, but also still, it doesn't just isn't one of those horror films where it's just a bunch of jump scares and everything, because there are a couple of jump scares, but they're minor, but most of the time, it really relies on its own thriller. And Ethan Hawke gives a menacing performance as the grabber. Anyways, you can see here we got the spine, back, a modern horror classic, A Stay by Daily Dead, and bonus feature got deleted scenes, answering the call behind the scenes of the Black Phone, Ethan Hawke's evil turn, feature commentary, and more, plus Shadow Prowler, a short film by Scott Derrickson. Oh yeah. Here we got the digital copy code. And since this is a universal Blu-ray, it's a see-through disc. And I may not be able to see it well through this one, but you'll see I have the big camera. See it in this angle right here. This is the big camera. Anyway, yep, this is the Blu-ray disc. And here's the DVD, which is a red disc. Yeah. I entered the digital copy code. For all these Blu-rays, I've entered in the digital copy code, so don't even try answering those in. Yeah. But yeah, The Black Phone, great, great, great film. Now, this next one is a blind buy. This I got at Best Buy in Warwick back on August 11th, the day right after I did my previous Blu-ray update. So really, had I waited an extra day, this would have been in the last Blu-ray update. So yeah, this is a blind buy. This is the Blu-ray of Licorice Pizza. Includes limited edition poster. Yeah. Believe it or not, I actually have not seen this film yet, but I've heard great things about it. I know it's a story. It came out back in December of 2021, and apparently it gained some controversy because the story's about this woman in her 20s falls in love with a high school teenager or something. Yeah. I know it got all these great reviews. The National Board of Review called it one of the best films of 2021, and it even got a Best Picture nomination and a few other nominations. So yeah, if you've seen Licorice Pizza, let me know what you think. Anyway, here we got the spine. And the back, an exhilarating reminder of what joy is like, as stated by The New Yorker. And it's got Oscar for Best Picture, Best Director, that being Paul Thomas Anderson, who also wrote the movie, and Best Breakthrough Performances. Bonus features got camera tests, Fat Bernie's commercial, behind the scenes, the handman scene. Yeah. It even includes a mini poster, which I'll show. Here we got the digital copy code, and here is the poster. Anyway, here's the Blu-ray disc, which has all the characters. I can't say their names because I don't know them, because like I said, I haven't seen this film. And then here's the DVD disc, which has the same artwork. So yeah, if you've seen Licorice Pizza, let me know what you think. All right, now this next one, this I got at Target in Warwick, Rhode Island, also on August 18th. I got this the same day as I got the Black Phone Blu-ray. This is the Blu-ray of Jurassic World Dominion. I'm one of the few people who actually liked this film. I saw this in theaters on the Thursday night preview screening with my brother-in-law, Pat, back on June 10th. No, sorry, June 9th, excuse me, June 9th. June 10th is when it came out the next day worldwide. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Don't get me wrong, this movie does have a lot of problems, but I didn't think it was like a giant piece of shit like everyone else keeps claiming. I thought, yeah, it definitely, I still thought the first Jurassic World was better, but I will say I thought this movie was a major improvement over Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And for those who probably aware of that, I wasn't the biggest fan of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I found that movie to be pretty mediocre, but this movie I did enjoy. I think really the only major complaint really I'm seeing about this movie that I actually really agree with is that like the movie doesn't explore really like toy like with the whole idea of dinosaurs living among the real world like the trailers promised us it would. Yeah, but it was great seeing Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and it's Jeff Goldblum Black reprising their roles as Alan Grant, Ali Sedler, and Ian Malcolm. This is the first time the three of them had been together since the original Jurassic Park, because Ali Sadler and Ian Malcolm were in the Lost World Jurassic Park, and then Alan Grant was in Jurassic Park 3, and then none of them were in the first Jurassic World, but then in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, Ian Malcolm made 2 brief appearances, one at the very beginning and one at the very end. So it was great that, and unlike the Star Wars sequel trilogy and everything, where Luke, Han, and Leia were like just supporting side characters and everything, this movie, Alan Grant, Grant, Sadler, and Malcolm, like they are main characters. They have huge roles in the film, so don't expect them to be like cameos or just side characters or anything. They do have huge roles in this film, so that's a relief for that. This film recently grossed $1 billion. Yeah, the second film of 2022 to do that. Crossed the $1 billion mark right after Top Gun Maverick, which, as we all know, that film's coming to Blu-ray on November 1st. I'm very excited about that. That's currently my favorite film of this year. But anyway, back to Jurassic World Dominion. But yeah, I enjoyed this film. Anyways, you can see here's the spine. The back, 4 times sharper than Full HD, includes extended theatrical versions. For once, you got Battle of Big Rock, a Jurassic World Dominion short film, a new breed of VFX, Disasters Among Us Inside Jurassic World Dominion, an in-depth 45-minute look at the making of the film. Yeah. There's also an extended version of the film, which I actually thought was actually just a little better than the theatrical version. It even includes an alternate opening, which the alternate opening of the movie, they actually used that as a teaser last year for IMAX screenings of F9. So, yeah. You've got the digital copy code. Here's the 4K Blu-ray, which has Owen Grady and one of the Raptors. And here's the regular Blu-ray, which is a black disc. Yeah, and this film marked the return of Colin Trevorrow as the director. Because since he directed the first Jurassic World, he didn't direct Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. That film was directed by J.A. Boyna, because although Trevorrow wrote the story for that film, because Trevorrow, he was busy at the time. He was working on Star Wars Episode 9, which would have been called Duel of the Fates, but we all know he was fired from that film. And we all know that was a big mistake they did, because the script for that for Episode 9 was fantastic. I'll get into that some other time. But anyway, yeah, Jurassic World Dominion, I really enjoyed this film. Anyway, okay, now, this next Blu-ray, this I got at the Walmart store in Warwick, Rhode Island, back on September 15th. I got it 2 days after it came out. This is the 4K Blu-ray of Elvis. Now, I really enjoyed this film. I saw this in theaters at the new Apple Cinemas movie theater next to the Warwick Mall back on opening day, June 22nd. That was a great day. And yeah, this is a great film. Austin Butler's performance as Elvis is great. It's on par, I think it's on par with, he's definitely, if he's not going to win the award, he's definitely going to get an Oscar nomination for Best Actor. His performance of Elvis on this film is on par with Rami Malek's performance as Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody. And yes, I finally pronounced his first name correctly. I kept pronouncing it as Rami Malek, but it's Rami Malek. So I apologize for mispronouncing it in the past. But anyway, back to Elvis. To quote what Dan Murrell says, Austin Butler really embodies Elvis. When you watch this movie, you don't see Austin Butler pretending to be Elvis. You see Elvis. Yeah. Definitely subscribe to Dan Murrell if you haven't. He's a great YouTube critic and everything. I'll put a link to his channel in the description below. But yeah. This was a great film. I had a couple problems. Like, one of my problems is also, I felt the film was a little too long. The film is 2 hours and 40 minutes. I think it could have been, like 40 minutes, 20 minminutes of the movie could have been cut. But also, many people agree that this is probably one of Tom Hanks' weakest performances. Like, because he plays the role of the late Colonel Tom Parker. And for some reason, everybody's pointing this out, and I'm sure people are saying this, like, in this movie, Tom Hanks, when he plays the character, he speaks like with this weird European accent that's really annoying to listen to. When, if you go on YouTube, if you go on YouTube and, look up like real archival interviews with the real guy. Like you'll know that the real Colonel Tom Parker sounded nothing like that. Like the real Colonel Tom Parker had more of a Louisiana Southern accent. Yeah, which is very interesting. But yeah, Austin Butler though, great job performing for his performance as the late Elvis Presley. Yeah, this movie is fantastic. Anyways, you can see here we got the spine, back. Austin Butler is stellar. Truly a Star is Born is stated by Jim Vogan of IGN. Please forgive me if I mispronounced that. As usual, got Bigger Than Life, the story of Elvis, rock and roll royalty, the music and artist behind Elvis, Fit for a King, the style of Elvis, Viva Austria, recreating ironic locations of Elvis, Trouble, lyric video. Yep. Here we got the digital copy code and this thing. Here's the 4K Blu-ray, which is a red disc, and then here's the regular Blu-ray, which is more of a, looks like it's more of a salmon yellowish disc. It's very interesting to look at. But yeah, I definitely recommend checking out Elvis. Great film. All right, now this next one, this I got at Best Buy in Warwick, Rhode Island back on September 13th, and this Blu-ray came out on September 13th, and you all know this is coming. Yep. Lightyear. This is the Best Buy exclusive steelbook. This was Pixar's return to theatrical, this was the first Pixar film to have a theatrical release since Onward, which came out in March of 2020, because we know Pixar's previous three films, Soul, Luca, and Disney Plus were all released. Soul, Luca, and Turning Red were all released to Disney Plus. Excuse me, yeah. Soul, Luca, and Red were released to Disney Plus. Well, this finally got a theatrical release. Unfortunately, the film bombed at the box office. There's a lot of factors that led to this movie bombing. One is that I think a lot of people were really confused by the premise of this movie, because people were certain. Pixar is trying to make it clear that this is the movie that Andy saw in the Toy Story world that made him want the Buzz Lightyear toy. At the very beginning, before the movie begins, there's a little notice or disclaimer, like, you know, saying, in 1995, a little boy named Andy got a toy for a Buzz Lightyear a Buzz Lightyear toy for his birthday. It was from his favorite movie. This is that movie. So yeah, they do their best to try and explain, like, you know, but I guess it just didn't work, and people were pissed that Tim Allen didn't come back to voice Buzz Lightyear so they could differentiate the characters, because in this movie, Buzz is now voiced by Chris Evans. And there was also some controversy from the LGBTQ community that got the movie banned in a few countries because apparently a same-sex kiss, because there is a scene where two women kiss, but the whole controversy over that was ridiculous. It was literally a 2-second scene that, like, literally the kiss is literally a blink and you'll miss it. And also, it just suffered a lot of competition from movies like Jurassic World, because, like I said, this movie came out a week after Jurassic World Dominion came out, and then also came out a few weeks after Top Gun Maverick, and then also a week before Elvis and the Black Phone, and then a few weeks before Minions: The Rise of Gru and Thor: Love and Thunder. Yeah, this movie had a lot of competition, and I think a lot of people were skipping this out because, like, you know, because they got used to the whole Disney Plus thing. That's unfortunate, but anyway. This is a really good movie, though. I saw this in theaters with my best friend Luke at the Showcase Cinemas movie theater in Warwick, Rhode Island, back on June 17th, opening night. Yeah, continuing our Pixar tradition. Anyway, as you can see, here's the spine and the back. And it says, an absolute winner is stated by Ryan McQuad of Awards Watch. Once you got Building the World of Lightyear, Toying, 6 deleted scenes, The Zap Patrol, an audio commentary with director Angus MacLean and others. Yeah. The main highlight and best character in the film is this character, Socks, who's voiced by Peter Sohn, who literally gives a great vocal performance. Yeah, Socks was definitely the best character. I think we can all agree on that. And he's just a great character. Anyway, here we got the digital copy code. Here's the 4K Blu-ray, which has Zurg. And honestly, I did not like the twist with Zurg in this movie. I don't know what they were thinking, but here's the regular Blu-ray, which has Buzz and Socks. And since this is a steelbook, artwork, yep. Yeah, I really enjoyed Lightyear. Like, sure, it was definitely nowhere near as good as the original 4 Toy Story films, but still a fun movie. I definitely recommend checking out Lightyear if you haven't. All right, now this next one. This I got at Best Buy in Warwick Round last Thursday. I got this the same day as I got the Remember the Titans Blu-ray. I went to Best Buy to buy this Blu-ray, and then later saw the Remember the Titans Blu-ray and decided to buy that as well. This is the Blu-ray of Vengeance. Wickedly sharp and laugh out loud funniest by IndieWire. Yeah. This is an indie, or like, a film that had a limited release. It was written and directed by B.J. Novak, who also stars in the film. As we all know that B.J. Novak, most of us probably know B.J. Novak from playing, because he played Ryan Howard on The Office. He also wrote and directed several great episodes of The Office. This is his first one. This is his first writing and directing gig of a feature film, and he plays the lead role of what was it? Plays the lead role of Ben. Yeah. He also stars Boyd Holbrook, Dove Cameron, Isa Rae, and Ashton Kutcher. I saw this in theaters back on opening night, July 29th, 2022, the day right before my 21st birthday, and this was a very interesting movie. On my first viewing, I wasn't too crazy on it, but on rewatches, when I rewatched it on Peacock, I really enjoyed it. And honestly, I decided, you know what, why not buy it on Blu-ray? Because it was only on Blu-ray sale for like, I don't know, like $20. So I'm like, yeah, what the heck? Yeah. Anyways, you can see here's the spine and the back. Find the story before it finds you. Yep. But it's funny though, it's like, when I see this movie, the character Ben, literally all I see is Ryan Howard. Literally when I see B.J. Novak, all I see is Ryan Howard. The fire guy. Ryan started the fire. I'm sorry for making Office references. Anyway, we got the digital copy code, and here's the disc. It's a see-through disc, since this is it's a Universal Blu-ray, but it was released under their Focus Features banner. Now, the film, not many people saw this in theaters, because they had a really limited release, and Showcase was apparently one of the few cinemas that was showing the movie. It looked promising from the trailer, so I thought, why not check it out? And yeah, I definitely recommend renting Vengeance first before buying it. It's not a film for everyone, but it's definitely worth a watch if you're looking to kill time. All right, now this next Blu-ray. This I also got at the Walmart store in Warwick. And I got it last Sunday last week. And this is the infamous one. Yep, the 4K of Minions: The Rise of Gru, collector's edition in 2 mini movies. Oh yeah, we all know the story of the memes in this. When I saw this on opening night, July. I saw this on opening night, July 1st, 2022, at the Showcase Cinemas Movie Theater in Warwick Round in their X Plus theater, and there was a group of guys going into the theater wearing a bunch of suits. Gentle minions. Yeah, because there was this trend on TikTok where guys dressed in suits were going to see this movie. Yeah. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of Despicable Me and Minions, but this movie was actually not that bad. When I was a teenager, I really liked the first Minions movie, but looking back at it, I think it's kind of ridiculous. But this movie is actually good because it's like more about Gru and everything. The Gru stuff is like really the interesting part of the movie. Yeah. And yeah, this movie made over $900 million, but Lightyear only made over $200. I don't know what is it with the general public. Why are you people more interested in seeing these annoying little cash grabs than seeing a nice, enjoyable Pixar film? I don't know. I don't know if it's just me or anything, but what else? But yeah, I enjoyed it enough that I wanted to get it on Blu-ray, because it is a fun movie that's entertaining and funny to watch. Anyways, you could see here's the spine. Back, over 60 minutes of bonus content. Bonus features 2 mini-movies, Postmodern Minions, Minions and Monsters, Extended Scene, Outtakes, Minions Martial Art, Lair, Make Your Own Minion Hideout, and much more, yeah. And 2 mini-movies, yeah. And I believe this was the last 2020 film to be released here this year, because this is a film this movie was supposed to come out more than 2 years ago. This movie was originally supposed to come out more than 2 years ago. It was supposed to come out in July of 2020, but then due to COVID, they moved it to July 2021, and then last year, for whatever reason, they moved it, even though movie theaters were already reopening and everything, they delayed it again to July 2022. So this movie was literally just sitting on a shelf for 2 years. The first trailer for this movie came out back in January of 2020. Several movies have came and went. Somebody did this whole analogy. In the time between the first trailer and the release of this film, They did 5 Pixar films, 2 Sonic the Hedgehog movies, and 7 MCU films. Which is true. It's true. I don't know why they waited over 2 years to delay this. Like, I think they could have delayed it. I don't think they really needed to delay this during the summer. But yeah, I still think Sing or Sing 2 is their best Illumination film. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, let's pick this up. We got the digital copy code. Here's the regular Blu-ray, which is a see-through disc, because again, Universal Blu-ray. Yeah, a lot of Universal Blu-rays. Yep, there's the camera there. And here's the 4K Blu-ray, which is already, you can see Gru and all the minions. But yeah, Minions: The Rise of Gru, pretty enjoyable movie. Alright, now this one, this Blu-ray came out today. This I got today at the Walmart store in Coventry, Rhode Island. And this is, yep, the 4K Blu-ray of Thor: Love and Thunder. Now I saw this on opening night, back on Thursday preview screen, back on July 7th of 2022, and I liked this movie. It's really good. I think most people agree. This movie was nowhere near as good as Thor Ragnarok, though. But this film did bring back director Taika Waititi from Thor Ragnarok, and I do have a lot of problems with this movie. I got to rewatch. I haven't seen it since I saw it in theaters the second time, because my tradition with my MCU films, I usually see it twice in theater, at least twice in theaters. So the first time, I usually see it the Thursday night preview screening, and then usually I see it again the next night with my brother-in-law. Because I got him into the MCU as well. Yeah, but this was an interesting movie. This movie is kind of all over the place. I'd like to see the original 4-hour director's cut, because like you could tell that so much stuff was cut from this movie, because the story feels so rushed and everything. I do like, they did make Jane Foster a much more better and interesting character in this movie, I will say. My problem with this movie, it seemed like this movie was trying too hard to be like Thor Ragnarok and trying to repeat everything that made that film so great, which is a bad idea, because like one of the things, what made Thor Ragnarok such a great movie was just how fresh and different it was from not only the first 2 Thor films, but from all the other MCU films as well. And people are wondering like I think people are wondering, how did Taika go from making a great film like Ragnarok to this? It's like, I always say it's too much freedom, because I think a lot of people seem to forget that Taika Waititi, he didn't write Thor Ragnarok. He was just the director of that movie. He just directed that film. Whereas this film, he both directed this film and he co-wrote it. He co-wrote it with Jennifer Caitlin Robinson. I'd really like to see that 4-hour director's cut, because there's a lot of jokes and stuff like here that just feel so out of place or unfunny. Gore the God Butcher, played by Christian Bale, he's a great villain on paper. Like, he's obviously, like, his execution, he's definitely the creepiest MCU. He's arguably the creepiest MCU villain, but he's called the God Butcher, but he's never seen butchering any other gods and everything. It was just all over the place. It's still an enjoyable, fun movie and everything, but, you know, definitely not the best. I still enjoyed it, though. I did like this movie, though. Here we got the spine, back, more Thors, more thunder. And we just got Hammer-worthy Thor and the Mighty Thor, shaping a villain, another classic Taika adventure, audio commentary, gag reel, and deleted scenes. Yep. Yeah, and Thor is now the first Marvel MCU character to ever get a 4th solo movie. Here we got the digital copy code, and then Disney Movie Club, and then a thing for Disney Plus. Here's the 4K Blu-ray, which has the screaming goats, and yes, that joke got annoying real quick. I wish they had gotten rid of that joke. And here's the rear Blu-ray, which is a blue disc. Yep. I didn't hate this movie or anything, but it just, I don't know. Honestly, if I were to rank the MCU Phase 4's films, this I would go. And I'm just ranking the movies, not the TV shows, because I'm still a little behind on the MCU Disney Plus shows. It would go like this. Spider-Man No Way Home, followed by Spider-Man No Way Home would be number 1. Second place would be Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Third place would then be Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And then 4th place would be this film. And then after this, 6th place would be Eternals. And then last place would be Black Widow. But yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder, definitely worth a watch. If you didn't see it in theaters, at least watch it on Disney Plus first before buying it on Blu-ray. That's my recommendation. But we got more from the MCU coming up. She-Hulk is currently on Disney Plus right now, and I still haven't watched it. I'm really behind on the MCU Disney Plus shows. I'm still in the middle of watching Moon Knight, and then after that, I want to watch them all in order. So after I finish Moon Knight, I then got to watch Miss Marvel, and then I'll watch She-Hulk, and then we have Black Panther: Wakanda Forever coming out this November, which I'm looking forward to that film. But yeah, there you go on that. All right, that is my Blu-ray update for today, September 27th, 2022. I will see you all for my next video coming soon.